Isn't that it?
And now we'll take you to 705 Allegan Avenue for our morning date with Annabel. Good morning, Annie.
Bonjour, good. That's Marnie Grote to my right. And did you hear that big voice over there?
This is the Happy Homemaker.
That's the Happy Homemaker.
Actually, I'm the Bashful Bachelor.
That's right, the Bashful Bachelor. Mr. Stephen Winters Winzenburg.
Good morning.
Well, we should sing that song about someone's in the kitchen with Stephen, someone's in the kitchen we know.
I can't believe that I'm on the radio in a kitchen.
We're all in the kitchen with Stephen, 'cause he's gonna put on the show. How about that?
I'm still trying to figure out your kitchen here, Annabelle.
Well, I've been doing that for years.
Things to turn
Well, now Steve and Noni are having a little consultation on where to find the knife.
Yeah, and Noni's here.
And for paring knife, because there's no paring knife.
Okay, no paring knife.
That's broken, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had two. Where's the other
No,
one?
that's the only one you ever had, and that was even too big to use.
Annabelle, you find out a lot about a person by going into their kitchen, you know.
What?
That's interesting, Steve.
You find out an awful lot about a person by going into their kitchen.
Oh, heavens, goodbye. I think I want you to look at it.
Isn't that true?
There's a lot to find out about Steve Winzenburg. And
Well.
I feel I can say this. I'm Marnie Road, and I think the first I knew of Steve was as a little boy when he first started to sing. He and his family lived on Simpson Drive, directly behind us, and always I would hear the singing come floating up over the back hill there.
I just went there, as a matter of fact, the other day. I used to live at 109 Sisseton Drive, and I went there the other day. The folks that live there now weren't home, but I wanted to go in and see the old house. I haven't been back there in years.
You've done such a nice job.
But just around the outside, it's beautiful, and everything looks smaller. Of course, I've grown up a little bit.
But we've had the passages of time with Steve Winzenburg from the time he is the singing little boy, and I think so often of what a marvelous contribution he's made to St. John Vianney Church, as has his whole family here in Fairmont.
Thank you.
Always fun to hear the Winzenburg sing.
Yeah, I know.
He's been such a fine actor in our Civic Center Theater. I was just writing to Joe Klein this morning.
Oh, really?
Joe has a new challenge and will be at Vanderbilt University this coming year.
Oh, great.
He is taking a year's sabbatical.
Good.
Will be into law. And if
Joe is
going to law school, will possibly continue for the 3-year period and then go into theater and promotional law. Perhaps.
Isn't that exciting?
Well, hear the bacon?
Yeah, can you hear the...
Yes, here's the bacon. The sound of bacon frying.
Yes, you can hear it on the radio.
Oh, good.
All right, now, I maybe should...
Marnie, you need to tell us what we're going to be doing this morning.
Should we give the
Yeah, but I
recipe?
got to give who he is for sure. 'Cause
You
some
give
people-
who he is.
Somebody might not have known and might have not heard you before.
Oh, okay.
And I do just want to say that Steve Winzenburg is known as Steve Winters on WCIE television station.
Radio
station, pardon me.
In
WCIE in Lakeland, Florida. He's Director of News and Public Affairs.
That's right.
And he has published this delightful cookbook, which is by the Bashful Bachelor, and he's the Bashful Bachelor. And the Happy Homemaker, and she looks kind of cute. Isn't her first name Alice?
Alice Faye Red. She's a real southern lady.
She's nice looking too. All right, so that's what we're going to do this morning, is one of the recipes that won the first prize. So you tell about that, please, dear Steve.
Well, we have about 200 recipes in the Happy Homemaker Bashful Bachelor Cookbook. And when the listeners sent in theirs, we decided we would have a recipe contest. And there are two kinds of recipes, salads and desserts. We chose 5 salads and 8 desserts as finalists, and then we judged each category separately. And the first place winner for the salad category is what we're going to be making this morning, and that's Korean salad. And I'm going to be sharing some of the other finalists as far as what they were, and also some of the desserts. But maybe Marnie would like to just start out by telling everybody what the Korean salad is.
Well, why don't we give the recipe now, and we will also give it a little later in the program to give you an opportunity to write it down. It looks, by the way, it is fun to cook Chinese or Korean. We will have fresh torn spinach.
No, we won't.
And we couldn't get it today.
couldn't get
it.
Well, Noni substituted escarole. And with Chinese cooking, you always substitute. There will be fresh torn lettuce, 7 to 9 slices of bacon, cooked and crumbled.
8.
3 to 4 hard-boiled eggs diced, 1 can drained bean sprouts. And those items will be tossed together. And
The bacon's getting done.
You bet.
Smells good.
Well, anyway, good shopping at Madison Super Value. That's where you can get all all the things that you need for this Korean salad and for all of the other good recipes in Stephen Winzenburg's cookbook. By the way, can they call you to ask for one?
Yeah, we have some left down in Lakeland. We had about 2,500 or 3,000 copies that we've sold so far. And I think there are some left, so if somebody wants one or anything like that, I can take their name and send them one.
You don't have any at home here with you, huh?
No, I just brought some home for the relatives.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right. That's an idea. You can call Steve, or you can call us right here if you want to. 235-5942, and Steve can take your name down and send you one. And there's going to be a few lettuce leaves thrown into this Korean salad too, aren't there?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Fresh torn lettuce.
Fresh torn lettuce. That's right. You're not supposed to cut lettuce, are you?
No. Tear it gently.
Tear it gently.
Well, it bruises.
Who doesn't?
I have no idea. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
He's doing very well. We have now drained the bacon, and then I went over and took a piece of paper toweling and wiped off the top of it because I like it well drained.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Big deal.
Yeah, that is true.
But we are very fat conscious, and
May I read one little thought here?
Surely.
again, in my talks with Steve throughout the years, always such a friendly young man,
Yeah.
smiling over the counters at Penny's and smiling every place, and being a very friendly person. And I found a little Chilful Cherub poem here that says, "Why can't we introduce ourselves to people on the street? I know I pass a lot of friends I'll never get to meet."
That's really good.
And don't you find when you are in Fairmont or in smaller towns, I assume Lakeland is smaller,
Well, Lakeland's quite
large?
big town, yeah.
but I bet you know of a lot of people, but it's because you've always acted as a friend even
Right.
before you've met them.
Right.
Well, that's another interesting story you told one time too, Steve, when you walked up and spoke to these two women. You remember that?
What?
And somebody said, "Well, how did you have the nerve to do that, Steve?" You told me.
Remember, I told you that Doug was here over at the Holiday Inn a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it was Doug who did that.
Yeah, and walked up to a couple of women, and he said, "Don't you have a southern accent? Where are you from?" And they said, "Tampa, Florida." And he said, "Tampa, do you listen to Christian radio down there at all?" And they said, "Yes, WCIE." And he said, "Well, do you know Steve Winters?" And they said, "Yes, we listen to him all the time." And he said, "Well, I'm his brother."
That was what it
And
was.
here it was in Fairmont, Minnesota, just a couple weeks ago.
And this happens so often.
Yeah.
That's what I
And you
mean
give
by
it a chance to happen.
Right, you just need a cheerful smile and
Right.
And he
say
just
hi to
walked
people.
up to absolute strangers and said,
Mhm. Right.
and in a very nice way, of course.
That is hard for me to do sometimes, though. If I'm with somebody else, it's easy. But if I'm all alone, in somewhere where I'm not real familiar, it's hard for me to just walk up to somebody and say hi or be real cordial.
Well, because sometimes people are not receptive,
Yeah.
and that is what makes it
You're kind of scared of what they're going to think about you,
possibly.
too.
But it's worth trying.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Well, I have,
All right, now where are we?
between Marnie and Noni, I've got so much help here, I don't even need to make it. It's practically all made. But that's probably good because, see, the whole point of this cookbook is that I am the Bashful Bachelor, and I don't know how to make recipes quite as well as the Happy Homemaker does, because, like, she was the American Homemaker of the Year a couple of years ago. So I think we're ready to go with the winning recipe, the grand prize winner from the cookbook, the Korean salad by a lady named Marie Jenkins in Lakeland. And we're supposed to start with fresh torn spinach.
Yeah, it's freshly torn right out of our hands.
Yes, we don't have any spinach this morning. What kind of lettuce is this?
Romaine lettuce,
Romaine lettuce.
which is freshly torn.
So it's pretty much torn, isn't it? I can just put it in there like that?
Well, we better tear it a little more because
Okay.
I just took the heavy going on.
Noni cleaned it. Now, Steve is...
Oh.
Tear it in front of the mic, Steve. Very good.
Looks like a little rabbit.
Sounds a little rattly.
One thing, the key to this recipe is really the combination of the spinach and the lettuce, because usually you have a spinach salad or you have a lettuce salad, but you don't have a lot of recipes that combine the two.
But it's been somewhat difficult to get spinach this year, and
Mhm.
especially local spinach, because, of course, all our local is underwater.
Yeah.
And the spinach is a nice touch, but don't you think, again, a combination of greens is really what you're working
Right, right. Just a little different taste when you have a
There
combination.
is this test. You can't compare it to anything. Spinach is its own delightful flavor and taste.
Do you know, I never could stand spinach. And when I hated spinach. Can't stand spinach.
Oh.
And then I got down to Florida, and I was at a friend's house, and this lady, her mother, as a matter of fact, was raised in Japan. And she made a salad that I was at her house, and they didn't tell me anything. They knew I was a real fussy eater, so they didn't tell me anything about the salad. And finally, as we were eating, and I was eating the salad, I said, "Wow, this is great lettuce salad. I really love it." And they kind of laughed a little bit. And they said, we just got to talking about foods and stuff, and they said, oh, do you like spinach at all? And I said, spinach? Yuck, if there's one thing I hate, it's spinach. And they started laughing, and here she had served me spinach salad.
Certainly.
And I didn't even know it.
That's the way we learn to like spinach.
Yeah, and so now ever since then I've eaten spinach. And as a matter of fact, this same lady tried this Korean salad, and she had an interesting time with it. Hers kind of flopped, which I'm kind of afraid mine will this morning.
This can't flop.
Well, I think on some of these recipes, it just takes the right person to make the recipe in order for it to taste good.
With tender, loving care.
Yeah.
Do you ever put fresh mushrooms in it?
I think she had fresh mushrooms in her own recipe, though she didn't put that in the recipe for the cookbook. Another little added touch is a little onion. It's good to put a little onion or some of the onion, what do you call it, onion powder or something? Or that kind.
How much does your cookbook cost?
Well, the cookbook doesn't cost anything.
But this man would like to have one.
Okay, he wants them sent to him. Just take his name and address and we'll work that out, okay?
Okay.
Because
Probably, at least we should have,
I'll explain how the cookbook was given away. We're a non-commercial station, and we had to give the cookbook away, but it was with a $10 contribution. Now, we're not going to sell the cookbooks for $10, though.
it would be nice to cover costs.
Right.
So.
I think the cost was about $3 or $4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Noni will take his name, and then
okay.
Right.
You can take care of it, huh, Steve?
My lettuce is now torn.
Your lettuce is torn. There's
and I'm tossing my lettuce and spinach together in
with
the bowl.
his hands, and the
messing
good
it
cook
up.
uses his hands.
It's escarole you have there.
Escarole. It's always good to use the hands if they're clean.
Oh, God.
Never pet the dog and then make spinach salad.
All right, what are you doing over there now?
Well, we're dicing the eggs, and Marnie has come over to help me, and she knows how to dice eggs. I don't.
Well, I have an egg dicer.
You do?
Yeah.
That's a slicer.
Oh,
Egg
slicer.
slicer. See, I'm always afraid I'm going to cut my fingers when I cut it like women do.
But I put the egg in both ways, and then it's just.
Well, that's what makes our
Egg
fingers tough. One must have a few cut fingers to be a good cook. Isn't that right, Noni?
Right?
Oh, nice hard-boiled eggs. There's a trick to boiling eggs. There's a trick to
That's a
cooking
trick
bacon.
that Noni has. What is it? How is it we do it now about boiling eggs so that they're just right?
Well, when the water starts, you put them on with
They
cold
can't hear you.
put them on with cold
We put the
water.
eggs on with cold water, and when it starts to boil, of course you must have a cover on them. Turn off your burner and leave them for 20 minutes.
And leave them for 20 minutes?
The point being that otherwise they might darken around the edges. Also, the point being they're much easier to peel that way.
Yeah.
What about, Marnie, you have a trick for the bacon, too, don't you?
Just right.
We bake bacon at our house at 425 degrees. I just put a whole bunch of bacon in the oven and bake it, not necessarily on a rack. Keep turning it, then I drain it all, and we do put it in the freezer. Then it's always ready for BLTs, or, I can take it out of the freezer and take 3 or 4 slices, which I did this morning. Took a couple slices and put it on some toast, but it's always ready.
Now, what I've done
you
is...
bake it and then freeze it, huh? Oh, excuse me. That's interesting.
What we've got here is we've got basically the solid mixture all put together. We put the fresh spinach, the fresh lettuce, the hard-boiled eggs, 3 to 4 diced hard-boiled eggs, and then we added 1 can of drained bean sprouts. And now we've got it all together, and it's a huge bowl already full of food.
Good.
How big is this bowl, anyway? That's a lot of food. I don't even think us 4 could finish this.
Oh, yes, we will.
So we've got this huge bowl of mixture. Now also in the solid portion is the 8 slices of bacon. And I'm going to add the bacon, I'm going to add part of the bacon right now, and then put the rest of it on as kind of a topping at the very end. And so we're just going to kind of mix up the salad, the solid portion, and then we're going to add part of the bacon in the salad, and then we'll add the rest of it later as kind of a topping. Now I'm trying to remember how she fixed it down in Lakeland. She had it in a very fancy bowl with everything was just done very fancy. We had, as I said, 13 recipes there, 8 desserts and 5 salads, and every one of them looked like it came out of a very expensive restaurant with very expensive bowls, and it was very nicely done. They spent hours and hours working on these recipes to try to win.
Sure.
Presentation.
Right.
Now-
KSUM hasn't had a recipe contest for ages.
I think we should have it one
It's
again.
kind of fun again. I think we should do it, don't you?
Okay, I'm making a mess here.
Good.
Of course, you said that's what I was here for, to clean up the mess, right?
I haven't cooked this hard
No,
since
no
last time
longer.
I was home.
Noni found all of the
Yes,
ingredients for you.
Now, the next thing we're going to do is to put the ingredients for the dressing into a Tupperware container and shake vigorously to blend, and then pour it over our salad.
Do
I feel like the Galloping Gourmet.
Right there. Noni found it.
Oh, good.
I'll tell you, it takes a lot of people to make this salad.
It takes a lot of people to find anything that house too.
I asked her if she got this salad from Korea since it's called Korean salad. She said no. But she never told me where she got it. So I don't know where in the world she ever found this recipe.
Well, wouldn't it be the fact that the bean sprouts are used? Isn't that typical Korean and Chinese? Or, well, not Chinese, but Korean. It's too silly.
Now he's back to his old mystery program.
Joey and his friends.
Steve is now shaking vigorously. 1 cup of oil, 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce, 1/2 cup white sugar, 1/3 cup ketchup, 1/4 cup brown vinegar, salt and pepper.
And then we added a little onion spice to it. That's something that she forgot to put in the recipe, to put in the cookbook. And when my friend made the recipe, I called her back and I said, why wasn't it quite right? And she said, I forgot to put the little bit of onion spice in. So maybe that's going to make a difference. I don't know.
Even little tiny green onions would be all right, wouldn't they?
That'd be fine.
If you had them, I don't know.
Let me explain something.
I do have a few mushrooms. Do you want me to get them out?
No, that's okay. We'll just do it like this.
I got some fresh ones. Do you want some, honey?
There's some green onions here.
Well, let me
I
explain.
think they're gone, aren't they?
No, okay.
Oh, here's some green onions. You want them? A couple?
No, that's okay.
All
We'll
right.
just leave it like this.
You want a few mushrooms?
No, I make life as simple as it can be.
All right, dear. Okay.
When I cook for myself, I make it very simple. Anyway, what this woman did to get the winning recipe, she prepared the liquid topping the night beforehand, chilled it, and then shook it very vigorously the next morning, just before we ate the salad.
Oh, yeah.
And so just before we ate, she poured it on. So if you're making this, wait, make your dressing the night before, and then don't put it on until just before you serve it, because that can make a lot of difference as far as freshness goes.
Yes, that's a very good idea.
He looks very happy while shaking his
Yes.
Doesn't that sound?
I just want to make sure it's shook well enough. I'm all shook
I'll
up.
put mine in the blender, Steve, and it really
Okay.
does congeal it well.
I have a blender.
I wouldn't.
I think this is going to work out.
We won't need to bother with that
No,
one.
no. Just in case one has one.
You have another announcement there you have to make?
Yeah, while you're shaking, I'll put this on.
Shake, rattle, and roll.
Ready?
Sure.
Because I'm ready to pour the topping on.
Okay.
What I did is I've got the mixture with the lettuce and spinach and eggs and bean sprouts, and then I put 4 of the slices of bacon on top, just broken up and laid gently on the top. And now I'm going to take the mixture of dressing and pour it over the top just before we eat it. That's very important to put it on just before you eat it.
I have removed the flatter salad bowls that have been chilled in the refrigerator,
That's right.
so that we will have a very chilled
My
salad.
gracious sakes.
So we're ready when Steve is.
Yes.
I have a couple more announcements here, so I'll put these
As
in.
soon as I serve this, I'm going to leave, so I won't find out how it tastes.
You're not either.
No, I'm just joking. Better hurry.
And I better hurry. All right.
The dressing is on. I'm hungry.
Fine.
Yes,
I'm
salad.
I'm hungry.
Beautiful.
Eat your heart out, John Hagelin and Rod Halverson.
The salad dressing is a deep red in color, and it is slowly filtering down over slices of bacon and the nice mixture of bean sprouts, hard-boiled eggs, and the greens.
It looks delicious.
The 2 colors of greens, very attractive to the eye. So we've got the 2 kinds of lettuce, 8 slices of bacon, 3 hard-boiled eggs diced, a can of drained bean sprouts, and the dressing again is oil, Worcestershire sauce, sugar, ketchup, brown vinegar, and pepper.
And there's Annabelle's portion.
Boy, I
You better plan on eating that.
can't wait to dive into it. Do we have our fork?
Here's your fork.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, be honest with me, Annabelle, after you taste it. Be
Well-
very honest.
Oh, I can't. Even the smell.
It smells very strong to me.
It has the same...
Noni, better come and get yours.
You know what you could do too, Steve? You could give it a twirl of a pepper mill, I would think, at this point.
You put it on top, a little pepper on the top.
Uh-huh.
That would be good.
Uh-huh.
How about some of that lemon pepper over there?
You know, I've had trouble getting the kind of lemon pepper that we used to get.
Yeah. Mmm. Oh, that's delightful.
Is it good?
Mmm.
And sweet sour flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would help if the topping, the dressing was chilled overnight. I think that's just a little extra added touch.
Yeah,
It kind of
but I didn't even
helps the
know
flavor.
about that.
Because see, you take the dressing is made up of 6 ingredients, and when you combine them and let them chill overnight, they really taste good together.
Isn't that a delightful dressing?
Frankly,
Mmm. This is
the more
marvelous.
dressing on mine.
Hmm?
Very good, Steve. Excellent.
Just tremendous.
Now Mama's going to want me to cook at home. See, I told you I shouldn't be on this morning.
Webb Brote and Steve Hagedorn do quite a bit of Chinese
Oh, really?
cooking at our house, and it is fun. I'll never forget the day, though, that we were making a hazelnut cheesecake, and the electricity went off, and Webb carried his cheesecake from our oven down to Hagedorn's because they have the gas stove. So, you have to be ready for all these little... Steve, you served this so beautifully. You've just been dashing around with such aplomb.
I must admit, I do a lot of cooking for myself and friends. I'll often have friends over to eat, maybe once or twice a week.
And they help you cook, kind
And
of.
I get invited out 4 or 5 times a week to different people's houses, especially people who have single daughters. Let's see what this thing tastes like. I haven't even had a taste. It's pretty good.
The secret would be chilling it.
Right. The secret is chilling it. Let me real quickly tell you what some of the other finalists were. In the salad category, believe it or not, now Otto's onion pie did not make a finalist. That was the pie that you make with onions in it. Three large sliced onions. Ooh. Chicken Honolulu was one of the finalists.
That onion pie must be like a quiche.
Yeah.
Yes, with sour cream and cheddar cheese.
Then the sauerkraut salad, that was one of the finalists. Rainbow salad, which is made out of 3 layers of different jellos and cream cheese and mayonnaise and whipped cream. It's just 3 different layers. One is red, one is white, and one is green. And that was really delicious. It's very simple, but it was delicious. Fancy banana salad is just a basic jello salad that's fancied up with vanilla pudding and chopped pecans and crushed pineapple and bananas. And that was scrumptious, too.
There was something to eat here.
Marvelous sounding recipe in there for baked grits. We lived in the South, and, I think everybody's getting into different area cooking.
Right.
So I don't expect you to give that, but it's...
cheese garlic grits was the recipe.
Yeah, right.
And I didn't care for it myself, but how long did you live in the South?
A couple years. We lived in Louisiana.
Now, did you like the grits?
Certainly.
Oh.
I love them.
Just isn't my...
I love them, too.
Just isn't my thing. Then we have a whole bunch of different recipes for the desserts. We had a lot of winners in the desserts category. Of course, we had 8 finalists. And then some of the best recipes were way in the back of the cookbook from the staff. There's one called Forgotten Cookies. One of the staff members has, and it's kind of a meringue.
Sure.
And what you do is you make the cookies, and then you put them in the oven. You heat the oven up to 350. Then as you put the cookies in, you turn the oven off and leave them overnight.
It's from a forgotten meringue cake thing.
It's delicious, too.
I see Annabel looking at the other little thing here from Cheerful Cherub. Doesn't mean to interrupt, but Steve can take... But it says, I'd like to throw away the clocks that chop 2 minutes all our days. I'd really rather tell the time by meals, or sun, or some such sweeping ways.
Oh, that's nice.
We do tell the time so often by meals, and we, I think today, hurry too much over our meals.
That's one of Steve's favorite discussions about people chasing and hurrying and never
I sang a lot of
being
songs
quiet.
about
You sang a
being quiet.
song about it.
And one thing that the Lord did, Jesus, when you read in the Bible, practically all the discussions he had was when he was talking. Whenever the disciples learned anything of any value, it was oftentimes over food, over some fish or, loaves or something. And think how important it is for us just to sit down, take our time to eat, and learn more about each other.
And thank the Lord for the food, too.
That too, of course.
Oh, my, yes. Well, I'm so busy chewing this delightful salad. It doesn't need any chewing, except that I want to savor the taste, and so I'm chewing the bacon and the bean sprouts. Aren't they good in there? This is just a delectable thing. Oh, Steve, I suppose everybody's saying, why aren't you having him sing? Well, we can't do everything one morning. In fact, you even did sing one without any accompaniment the other day. He was such a nice fellow.
There's a little thing in the front of the cookbook I wanted to read from 1 Corinthians 10. It says, whether then you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God. And that's kind of the theme of our whole cookbook, because it's got a lot of pages and a couple hundred recipes, but whatever you do it to the glory of God.
That's kind of the
And hopefully
theme
when
of
I
your
cook,
radio, too, isn't
I
it?
hope it doesn't defame God's name. But
Well, we have to go. And it's been delightful. Thank you so much.
God bless.
Thanks, Annabelle.
You bet. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
And be sure to listen again tomorrow morning for A Date with Annabelle at about 9:15.